After discovering their father dead in the shower, 17-year-old Andy and his partially blind stepsister Piper are placed in the care of Laura, an eccentric former counselor who also fosters a mute boy named Oliver. Laura once had a daughter, Kathy, who was blind and drowned accidentally in the backyard pool. As Andy settles into the new home, he becomes increasingly disturbed by Laura's erratic behavior, her favoritism toward Piper, and Oliver's unsettling presence. He voices his concerns to both Laura and his social worker Wendy, revealing his intention to seek guardianship of Piper once he turns 18. In response, Laura begins subtly manipulating Andy's mental state, implying he is unfit to care for his sister. At their father's funeral, Laura takes a lock of hair from the body and later tells Andy that some believe the soul lingers in a corpse after death. That night, Andy confesses that their father was abusive toward him while treating Piper kindly, something that left Andy resentful. Laura reminisces about Kathy's death and reveals she would give anything to hear her daughter call her mum again. The next day, Andy attempts to bond with Oliver by offering him cantaloupe, but Oliver unnervingly begins chewing on the knife Andy used. When Andy tries to carry Oliver beyond Laura's mysterious boundary line for help, the boy begins convulsing and screams, "Help me!" Laura arrives, carries Oliver to her room, and soothes him by rubbing his head in circles. Oliver reluctantly falls silent again. Later, Laura feeds him the lock of Andy's father's hair. That night, as Andy showers, Oliver appears, seemingly as an apparition of their father, and warns she'll die in the rain. Andy slips in shock and is knocked unconscious. While Andy is hospitalized, Laura takes Piper to a locked shed where Kathy's corpse lies frozen. She dresses Piper in Kathy's clothes, revealing that Oliver is possessed by a demon named Tari. Laura had learned a crude resurrection ritual from a Russian VHS tape. The remains of the deceased must be consumed by a possessed host, who will later regurgitate the soul into a newly dead body killed in the same way as the original. Laura plans to drown Piper during a rainstorm to recreate Kathy's death and complete the ritual using Oliver, but the timing must be perfect. Meanwhile, Tari grows increasingly impatient. After Andy returns home, Laura sprays herself with his cologne and strikes Piper in her sleep, blaming the injury on Andy. She accuses him of being just like their abusive father, provoking a heated confrontation. Andy storms off, while Laura takes Piper to goalball practice, giving herself time to prepare the ritual. As Tari's influence intensifies, Oliver becomes feral, destroying the house, biting Laura, and eating objects and parts of his own body. Meanwhile, Andy visits the foster agency and uncovers that Oliver is actually a missing child named Connor Bird. Alarmed, he convinces Wendy to investigate, fearing Piper is in imminent danger. Andy leaves Piper a voicemail exposing Laura's intentions and revealing the truth about their father's abuse. Laura intercepts the message, cleans the house, and deceives Wendy during her visit, until Wendy notices a bite wound on Laura's arm. Confronted, Laura breaks down and claims she can resurrect Kathy. Wendy and Andy then discover Oliver devouring Kathy's remains. As they try to flee, Laura runs them down with her car. Wendy is killed instantly, and Andy, severely wounded, is drowned by Laura in a puddle during a rainstorm. Laura collects Piper and brings her home. Having consumed Andy's flesh, Oliver now speaks with Andy's voice to lure Piper. Alarmed, she locks herself in the bathroom only to discover Andy's body. Laura bursts in and explains the resurrection ritual. Piper tries to escape but knocks herself unconscious. Laura carries her to the pool and begins to drown her, with Oliver watching. As Piper fights for her life, she screams, "Mum!" stopping Laura in her tracks. Overcome, Laura lets her go. Piper escapes to the road and is rescued by a passing couple. As Tari exits Oliver's body and he collapses beyond the boundary circle, police arrive and identify him. Racked with grief, Laura takes Kathy's partially eaten corpse into the pool, cradling her daughter as officers surround her.